Right, we are back. Good morning, happy Friday, all that good stuff. Valheim. We streamed this last night or yesterday, and we were having such a miserable time with the build mechanics, it's everything. I mean, everything that could go wrong went wrong last night, or yesterday, I should say. Today, I think we're gonna fix that. Because I got on... me and Lou played a little bit of World of Warcraft last night, just kind of chilling out together. And I got on after that, and decided to test a few things. Mostly the build mechanics, the build strategy, how building actually works in the game, because the game has a weird physics. So let's just jump in here. I did park myself back at home, my original home, just so I could grab a few items, and I'm gonna go over some build mechanics while we're there. I'm also going to go over how to grow a crop. That seems to be another thing that I faced an issue with, that I figured out. It's easy to overthink this game. Extremely easy to overthink this game. Trust me when I tell you, you can overthink this game extremely easily. Just by I'm gonna grab some stone because we're gonna need it. Actually, I don't know if I want the core wood. My inventory is messed up. I'll grab some wood here, get out what I can, and I came to cook some food as well. Let's do that. So basically, to grow crops, you need a seed. Obviously, you need a seed. That should go without saying. Let me just finish straightening out my stuff here. So, a seed could be like this, a fir cone, a beech seed. These in my inventory. You need a cultivator. I have one somewhere. Oh. Do I not? Wait. I have a cultivator. You need a cultivator, which is crafted at the forge, right here. Requires 5 bronze and 5 core wood. Core wood is found off of pine trees only. Specifically pine trees. There's my cultivator. So you need a cultivator. I don't have the carrot seeds with me, but I can show you with the beech seeds, because it's the same function. So I'm gonna let this last bit of meat cook. I might take a nap. Now the building. So to build an area, you need a workbench. The workbench will have. Let this last little bit get cooked, and then we'll go outside and I'll show you the circle, the radius of a workbench. Because every workbench has a radius. It'll be a white circle on the ground. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, let me do this actually. Let's say, I don't know, a beam. Okay, you see the white circle right there? And it goes all the way around. That is the radius of your workbench. Now, to cheat that, you can take and build another workbench somewhere close to your original circle, like that, and it'll make your circle larger. So that way you can build outside of that radius as well. So you're not limited to one area. You can put a workbench here and a workbench over there, and you'll have a big giant area you can build in. That's why at our other place you see me placing like 4 or 5 workbenches. Now with building, it was so simple too. It was so simple. So let's say I'm gonna place a piece here. Okay, so it's blue. Blue means it's in the ground. It means it's grounded, as you say. If it's grounded, you can build 5 off of it, up, or left, or right. So let's say I want to build 5 off of this. And it's going to progressively change from blue to red. Yeah, it's starting to turn red. That means anything you place after it turns completely red, like that, how that one's completely red. It means anything you place after that is going to fall. Unless it has another grounded piece nearby. Within 3 or 4. So if I place one here, this will be red because it's not grounded. That's it. That's the logic behind the building. Make sure anything you build off of is blue. So let's say I want to ground this, right? The ground's right there. Why is it not grounded? It's so close. Can I just use my hoe to raise the elevation? Let's say you want to get your hoe out and you're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna level the ground to where it touches that, but it just doesn't touch. You see how there's a little gap that still keeps it red? Well, there's also a trick to that too. If you get your hoe out and you right click, you have the option to raise ground, but that requires stone. You have to have stone to do that. So I'm going to put my little circle around kind of that area. I'm going to click. You see how it raised the ground right there? I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but it raised the ground. Now when I get my hammer back out, it's now blue, which makes that green and that green and that green, because it's within the build limit. So if you don't like how the ground turns out, let's say, oh, it looks like crap, just get your hoe back out, right click, level ground, and just level the ground out. And that's it. It'll look fine. Not a big deal. You know, now it looks okay. But it requires stone. Requires 4 stone and a workbench within range to do this. That fixes all of your problems. So let's see how high we can go. Yeah? So we have a grounded piece. We're going to place a piece on top. Now when you're connecting, you can connect to the edge of that, or you can connect to the edge of that. Whichever one is lighting up is the one you're going to connect to. So always connect a vertical beam to a grounded beam. So now we're at green. Now to get up higher, make a ladder. Pretty simple. Pretty dark. Let's go to sleep. Yeah, so we're not out here in the dark. Let's do that. Let us do that. We're gonna dry off first, so we'll get close to the fire. Dry off. And then we'll go to sleep. And we'll go over that a little bit more. And then we'll go over crops. And then we'll build. $25 meters. Remember that. 25 meters is key. Anything above 25 meters, you're not going to be able to build. It's just going to fall apart. So, let's say, make a ladder. You place said ladder. You can connect it to up here as well. Like that. And then connect the next one to it. And this is where it gets weird. Because when you place the beam, if you put a ladder like this, when you place the beam, it wants to automatically connect to the ladder. which is painful. So you just have to line it up just right to where the actual beam underneath is glowing and not the ladder, and then build. I might be able to get another one on here. I doubt it. Does not look like I'm gonna be able to. Maybe. Am I? No. So what you can do, get your hammer out, rip your ladder apart. Not your beam though. I missed to hit my beam, but it doesn't matter because we're going vertical anyway. And actually take all this apart. Perfect. So we got blue, green, another green. So we're gonna make another ladder. Not a stair, ladder. We're gonna connect it to this one. You can also bring out a post like that. Take your ladder, connect it to that post. Now if you look, see how it's already yellow? Yellowish red. That one should turn red. But once I connect this bottom one, it goes green because that's grounded. So let's go up top. Grab another post, connect it to this one. Like that. And again, we can. Love to connect one more. That. Starting to turn yellow. So anything we connect, from now on will be red. Do that post up top. See how it's yellow, green, green, blue. Anything that is blue is grounded. You can build 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th. The top one's gonna be red. That means it will not hold any more structures. It will fall. So that's just something you have to remember. 5 is kind of the. I always like to go with 4. That way you're safe and you can add an extra thing on top if you need to. But for the most part, that's it. So if you destroy this bottom one, it all collapses. Obviously. But hey, you get your material back, so there's a plus. So let's run to, let's do the cultivating, yeah? So, to cultivate, there's a couple things. You always want to level ground, so just level out an area. At the cultivator, left click to cultivate the ground, right? Now, when you have your tool out, this kind of angered me a little bit when I figured it out. Right click, and that's it. Whatever seeds you have in your inventory is what you will plant. You can't plant them right beside each other like that because it'll tell you it needs more room to grow, like that right there. So, there's that. Now, how we remove them, I haven't figured out yet. I don't know if it's your hammer. No. But removing them is kind of like where I'm stuck too. You can't. I guess you can destroy them like that, but I'm assuming you lose your seeds in the process. So you don't want to do that. Just make sure you leave enough room in between each one that you plant. So cultivator, right click, whatever seeds you've collected, you'll have the menu there. You can also replace grass with it like that, to make an area grassy again, if that's what you're into. I don't know if you're into like that kind of stuff. Now also with your hoe, you can right click and create a path, like this. And it works on grass, and it works on dirt, works on anything, and it just makes a path. That's all. I mean, pretty cool actually, I think personally. So remember, every tool is a right click. Unless it's a melee, then you're gonna block like that. Just pretty much any other weapon that's not a tool. I think it's the same way with the pickaxe. Yeah, you block with that as well. Repairing. See, like this pickaxe is kind of broken, and I'll show you why it's kind of broken here in a moment. If you want to repair, you just repair here. You don't need the material in your inventory to repair the item. Very, very important. So don't be like, oh, my bronze pickaxe is broken. Let me get a piece of bronze and repair it, because that's like unnecessary. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna grab some wood. We're gonna empty out anything else we may have that I don't want to carry back with me. Let's do that. Do I have any extra feathers? I do not. I don't want to be overweight running back either, because we're gonna run back to our other place. You can also repair your armor at the workbench and everything. I mean, you can repair everything, and you don't need the items in your inventory, which is amazing. It's brilliant what they did there. I think that's one of the best things I've ever seen in a game, that you don't need the materials to repair. That'll probably change. So make sure you repair everything as often as you can. So let's run back to our actual build. I'm going to show you guys what I accomplished. I haven't accomplished much because I was just figuring out the building mechanics, but we wanted to bring some stone back with us so we can adjust the ground, because remember, to raise the ground you need stone. So yeah, to plant seeds you need a cultivator. Let me turn off your guys' gamma. There you go. I usually run the gamma at night so you guys can see a little bit better, but yeah, we'll turn it off now. It's not so blinding. Obviously grab food anytime you get near it. Nothing wrong with grabbing a little bit of food. So we're gonna go back to our build over here. Just gonna run. Just gonna run. So what I did last night when I got on for about, I don't know, probably 20 minutes. Just to try to figure out the whole build mechanic, because I mean, after playing 7 Days to Die, after playing ARK, Minecraft, which there are no physics in Minecraft, you can do pretty much anything you want. After trying out different physics, it was the whole grounded thing. Things not being grounded. And that was it. That truly, I mean, that was all it was. Are we gonna have to deal with these guys today? Whatever. So as you can see, I have a bunch of workbenches just everywhere. I have some over there. I have some over here. I think I have one over there somewhere. That way I can build out anywhere I want. This is what I was talking about right here, with the ground physics. So that one's blue. Make sure when you're building a house, all of your main posts coming out of your floor first are blue. Blue, 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 and blue. And also blue. This is a main post. It's just I live in this corner. See how this one's green? This one won't work. This isn't gonna work. Because if we go up our 5 like we did here, it's gonna be red or yellow at the top. So make sure you make your first beam blue. We're gonna grab our hoe like so. We're gonna raise the ground. We're gonna come underneath here. We're gonna click. Still yellow or green. Click again. Oh no, it came up through the floor, right? It's the first thing you're gonna think. And that's okay. Alright. Because what you can do is get your hoe back out, level ground, find a place that's under, and just level it. And it'll hide it from the floor. But it'll keep the post blue. I don't know if that's a glitch. Because technically it's not in the ground, but it's still blue. And that's it. Just make sure your first posts are blue. One of the most important things you can do is make sure. And then when you're building from there, hold on, let's get rid of this guy. When you're building from there, blue, green, make sure your next posts are green. If you make sure your first posts are blue, everything else will be fine. Because as you build up, world save, as you build up, you'll be able to check. So this serves no purpose. It's just aesthetics. That's it. All this is. Which we're gonna add some more aesthetics here. We're gonna come off of this, and we're gonna go down again. Like that. Same thing here. Bam. Now you gotta pay attention to what you're connecting to. If I connect to that, technically it'll be alright because it's got the one in the center. You can connect this into here, and it'll be a grounded piece, which will help support everything else, but it's still the same distance to the top. You don't necessarily have to do that. That's up to you. I just want the overhang. So I'm gonna destroy these. I just want this little bit of an overhang here. That's all I want. And the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna repair these floors as we go. This is what happens when you don't have a roof yet. Everything gets damaged. So just make sure you have a roof. Looks like I have some stuff here I don't necessarily want. But you see how the floor is blue? That means the floor is grounded. So if you build off of that, you can build up 5. Floor is grounded here. Where's the piece that's not grounded? Right there. Now that one's green. I can only build up 4 off of that. Just make sure on your first ground piece, the first piece coming out of your house is always blue. Just go around, check. If it's not blue, get out your hoe and right click and raise the ground. And if it's not, if the ground clips through the floor, just use your hoe again, but level the ground where it's not clipping. And then we'll go around at the end and we'll clean all of it up. Just make it look cleaner. So it should be all right. Let's build. Yeah. So we're gonna grab this and that. I want to do the same thing on each side. Doesn't matter where you connect it. I mean, you could connect it to those pieces that are angled up like that. I mean, it's up to you. It's all going to work out to be the same anyway. I guess for structure you could. But that's kind of... it's kind of up to you. So let's fix this one. I think this one too. And grab that. I'm gonna place it right there. Just make sure you connect to ones that are lit up. This way everything stays consistent. Very important to be consistent in this game, I've noticed. And looks like we have... That doesn't need repairs. I've noticed too, the ones that are grounded are a different color. Like if you look at it, it's like, let me see if I can get a good angle here. So if you look at the one on the ground that is in the ground, it's like a lighter brown than the one that is not in the ground. Looks like our bit rate's going down again. That's wonderful. Guess it's gonna be one of those days, huh? Maybe I need to reset the internet. Maybe that's the problem. But that's another way you can tell if it's grounded or not. See, this one's not a different color, so I guess that's not true. It's weird. Why is that one a different color? Maybe lighting? Anyway. So I built up this center. I want to emulate this design all the way through the house. From front to back. All the way through each post looking like that. All that is the 45 X's, one in the top and then one in the bottom. That's pretty much it. So we're going to emulate that all the way through. And one thing I figured out is it's best, let's say I have this 45. I can't really get to that one very well. If I can get to this one. And you see how it turned yellow? Just watch. You'll see how the one below it's green. I add it, now it's yellow. Same thing here, yellow. Same thing here. I can put that one there. And here. And there. So they're all yellow. So anything I place on here is going to be red. But I need to add one more peak. There's a couple options. We can't build a post out. Like we can't take a post and come out like this in the center and just come all the way across, because guess what's going to happen once we get to 4? We're going to go red. So that won't work. So we're going to be in that position at some point in this build where we're either going to have to run another beam up just to support the roof. But I think for now we should be all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a ladder coming up to here. And remember when we were at the other house, how I was saying you should make sure that you don't connect this next post to the ladder. It's easy to do. The game doesn't know what you're trying to do, so you just kind of got to do it on your own. So just make sure the one below is lit up. Yeah. And then you can't get up high enough, so you just have to make another ladder. It won't let you. It might. Let's see if I can just get to that corner now. See, all right. We're gonna take our hammer. We're gonna break this stuff like that. Is it getting dark already? All right, we'll go to sleep. Nothing wrong with sleeping. But that's kind of the building mechanics. I mean, they're oversimplified building mechanics, to be honest. Oversimplified. This game is easy to overthink, I noticed. Because I was overthinking it like crazy last night. Unbelievable how much overthinking I was doing over just such petty things. We're gonna add this ladder. That. We're gonna add another post. Like this. I know it's hard to see right now, but you guys kind of get what I'm doing. I think we need one more, but I'm not sure. We do need one more. I think we might be able to do it. This. And that, and those should be red. And see, we can connect there. But we don't want to. We might actually tear these out and build up the ladder one more time. I need to get this top post on. Gonna let me? The camera angles are really weird in this game. Okay, how about we do this? So we're not fighting the camera. It's okay to destroy things too, because you get all the material back. So there we go. Now we're yellow. Let's add this one. And that one. That one. And that one. Now we're not red, but we're orange. And that's where we're going to leave it. Just like that. And then we're going to add in these 45s and stuff. As soon as I go kill this guy down here. Well, of course he's going to run. Because that's what they do. Alright. Now we're going to add in the bottom across member, and then we're going to add in these angled pieces. So let's do that. So we need the cross. Now you can add them to that, or you can add them to this. The smartest thing here is don't snap it to the one up there, because you just lost one. Snap it to the one below it. So that way you're only 2 up instead of 3. If you snap it to that, technically you're 3. Same thing here, snap it to that one. And same thing here, snap it to the bottom one. Just wiggle your mouse around a little bit. Turn your sensitivity down also. If your sensitivity is too high, it's going to make building really, really difficult. If you're not playing a first-person shooter, you're playing Valheim. You don't need high sensitivity. Let's get our cross. Let's take a look at what we did. Looks like we connected there. Do we want to connect here instead? It's going to be tough. I guess it doesn't really matter because it's just aesthetics. There. There. And this corner. And this corner. Just slide it around until it lines up perfect. That's one thing I've figured out. And there. There we go. Now we have the same design. Just like that. Now that here comes the hard part. Oops. I don't think the destroy distance should be as far as it is. Like, you can destroy things from way too far away. Not gonna lie. We need to replace this because we just broke it. There. We have 2 options here. We're gonna have to put something in the center. I don't want to have a house of beams, but I don't want to have a house that's gonna fall apart. So how do we want to do this? Let's try. We can put a pole across the top, but we can only come out a certain amount. Let's do a ladder. This should be red, and this should be red. Okay. Now we have an option here. I don't have any wood. Let's grab some wood. We're gonna have to figure out how to do these centers. It's gonna be our next option. Are these center pieces? We got plenty of wood. We got more than enough wood. this. We could run there. It's not gonna make a difference. Yeah, see, it's red. So we're gonna have to run a beam up here from somewhere. I didn't want to do that because the distance, it's not gonna cover that distance. Because anything we put on top of there is gonna go red. What we need to do is we just need to run a beam here going up. Is all we need to do. I mean, it's all we can do. But we have to make sure it's grounded, which it is. See, it's blue. We'll line a beam up with all of these. Actually, blue, perfect. And just stack them. Just start stacking them. Only thing that's gonna work. Connect. And connect. Connect. See, now they're just yellow. They're not red anymore. Can I reach? Will it let me? It will not let me. I'm gonna have to get up on the very, very top, which we'll do that later. I want to run one all the way across just for looks. That's a lot of this building is just for looks. It's not even perfect. 45. Can I get this one placed? I cannot. Can I get this one placed? Can. Did not place properly. We have to move our ladder again. We add the same design there? That's the question. We have one coming across, add the same design, just keep the design the same, or just leave it like it is? Because that's just for looks. I mean, technically, it's not for anything structural at all. Like this. No looks. I think we keep it like that. But that one's good. Let's get rid of these. Move the ladder here. Is it gonna snap to it? Perfect. I'm up here. Place our pieces that we want. Like so. Make sure that lights up. Place our bar. Like so. Place our next bar. Like so. That is pretty much it. I wish I could get up there. Honestly. Maybe I can do it from the outside. Maybe I can walk up this beam. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah. And start taking this ladder apart. I don't need it anymore. There. Perfect. I'm curious. Do I connect it here? I do. Okay. We're gonna do that all the way through here. Like this. Cool. Perfect. That's what I wanted. That's the skeleton. This is just for looks, technically. I mean, it'll hold a floor. We'll put a floor up there. Maybe. I might not. I don't know. Let's go outside. And let's see if we can walk up this beam. Yeah? We walk up this. Sort of. And we still okay, we still slide down. We start the roof? Maybe that's what we do here. Maybe we can walk up the roof. Possibly. 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 Doubt it, but possibly. Yeah. No, you can't walk up the roof. How do people get up their roofs? My question. How does that even work? What? Let's continue placing these. Yeah. Nice. Continue placing these. It looks like it's sunk in a lot more. Is it? Or just no, it's not. Okay. We have to build a some kind of ladder to get up to the top. We'll do that. Yeah, that's kind of the goal here. That right there. It doesn't look like much now, but once we get everything in, and see how those are yellow up there. It doesn't matter if we took a beam and ran it from there down, because it's still the same height. It's still the same distance from the grounded piece. It doesn't really, none of that really matters very much, to be honest. None of that really matters, to be honest. Alright, let's continue making our roof. These are the ones I'm worried about. These right here. These are going to be the red ones. And it doesn't look like I can look up high enough. There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to add some aesthetics on the outside. So it's not just a plain Jane roof. We're going to maybe add a window into one of these. Because we're going to have a lot of fires in here, so we're going to have to make some form of a chimney of some sort. We'll do that as well. There we go. That's one side. Awesome. Very cool. Eat some food. Turn this the right way. Like that. I mean, you can start at the top. Doesn't really necessarily matter. I would advise doing the two end pieces like that and like this first, and then the middle like that. That way you don't have to really worry about it collapsing. Nice, and it's coming together. I wonder if we can get this roof on. We're gonna be all right. All right, let's keep going. Making good progress. Making good progress. So, and so. Here and here. Here. And here. And there. Bam. This is where it gets a little weird because we have a building already here. It's not going to matter because we can clip into it like that. Connect to the right pieces. Like, honestly, instead of connecting to... so we probably could have done that a little bit different now that I look back. We could have connected to these. Like that. I guess it would have turned out the same. Does it look the same? It does. Now we're going to add these on the very bottom row. Like this. Kind of like how we did over there. And there. And here. And here. And there. And that is pretty much the roof. Pretty much. We can do walls next if we like. Or we can go ahead and try to get up on top of the roof and place... Might be able to do that right now, actually. I don't know why I didn't think of this. Here. Here. I could honestly... That... As long as we connect it to that one and it snaps. Looks like it's not going to though. So do we destroy this roof first? Because he was trying to... Let's do this. Never be afraid to take things apart. Don't take it personal if you got to take something apart. Trust me. I've taken apart this one house multiple times. See, I'm trying to get it to snap to that one, but it's just not agreeing with me. Same thing here. Trying to get it to snap because I don't want it to snap to this one. Okay, it's red. That's fine. That's fine. That one's red though. There. 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 All right, so we're gonna cut